Prisons are supposed to be places of justice, places where criminals pay for their crimes. But what happens when the prison itself becomes a nightmare far worse than the crime? Across the world, there are prisons so violent, so inhumane, that simply being locked inside is a death sentence. Gangs rule the halls, guards carry out torture, diseases spread faster than hope, and in some of these cells, even survival is not guaranteed. Tonight we open the iron gates of hell on earth. These are the top 10 most dangerous prisons in the world. Number 10. Black Dolphin Prison, Russia. Imagine being surrounded by cannibals, serial killers, and terrorists. Men who committed crimes so evil that Russia keeps them locked inside a fortress called Black Dolphin. Prisoners here are blindfolded whenever they move, forced to bend double as guards drag them through endless corridors. They never see daylight. They never rest. Inmates live under 24/7 surveillance, crammed into cells where the lights never turn off. Even sleeping is watched. This isn't rehabilitation. It's psychological warfare. A place where the human spirit is broken long before the body dies. Number 9. Petak Island Prison, Russia. Far away on a frozen island stands another Russian hell, Petak Island Prison. Here, prisoners spend 23 hours a day locked inside cages, treated like wild animals. The silence is deafening, broken only by the sound of steel doors slamming shut. Inmates are denied human contact, their lives swallowed by the icy walls. It's called the place of no return. Not because you can't escape, but because once you enter, you'll never be the same again. Number 8. Tadmor Prison, Syria. Few prisons in history are as feared as Tadmor. Human rights groups called it the worst prison in the world. Why? Because it wasn't just a prison, it was a slaughterhouse. Stories tell of mass executions, where entire cell blocks were lined up and gunned down without warning. Survivors spoke of torture chambers, whippings, and electric shocks that left men screaming until their voices were gone. Inside Tadmor, death was not a possibility. It was a routine. Numero 7. La Sabaneta Prison, Venezuela. If hell had a city, it would look like La Sabaneta. Built for 15,000 prisoners, it holds nearly 25,000. But it's not the overcrowding that makes it terrifying. It's the violence. Armed gangs run the prison while guards look the other way. Murder is so common that inmates sleep with one eye open, knowing they could be stabbed in the night. In 1994, a single riot left 108 inmates dead. The walls were painted with blood. Survival here doesn't depend on strength. It depends on luck. Number 6. Bangkwang Prison, Thailand. Nicknamed the Bangkok Hilton, don't let the name fool you. Inside Bangkwang, prisoners live in iron shackles, chained like animals from the moment they arrive. Cells are overcrowded, filthy, and suffocating. Food is scarce, disease spreads like wildfire, and the hopeless wait years, even decades, on death row, never knowing which day will be their last. One former prisoner described it as a slow-motion execution. Number 5. Drapchi Prison, Tibet, China. In the mountains of Tibet lies Drapchi Prison, a place of silence and shadows. It doesn't hold murderers or thieves. It holds political prisoners, monks, and ordinary Tibetans who dared to speak out. Here, punishment isn't just physical, it's psychological. Inmates report torture, forced confessions, and relentless indoctrination. The sound of prayers is replaced by the crack of whips. In Drapchi, you don't just lose your freedom, you lose your identity. Number 4. Gitarama Prison, Rwanda. This may be the closest thing to living hell on earth. Gitarama Prison was built to hold 400 prisoners. Today, More than 7,000 are crammed inside. The overcrowding is so severe that men sleep standing up, crushed together like cattle. There's no food, no clean water, no toilets. Prisoners rot alive with gangrene, eaten by disease while they're still breathing. And the most horrifying part, starving inmates have resorted to cannibalism just to stay alive. Here, survival is measured not in years, but in minutes. Number 3. Carandiru Penitentiary, Brazil. Brazil's Carandiru was so infamous it had to be shut down, but its legacy still haunts the world. In 1992, a riot broke out. Guards stormed the prison and opened fire. When the smoke cleared, 111 prisoners were dead, executed in cold blood. Carandiru became the ultimate symbol of chaos, where life behind bars was worth less than the bullet that ended it. Even today, survivors say the ghosts of Carandiru will never leave them. Number 2. Rikers Island, USA. You don't need to travel overseas to find horror. It exists in the heart of New York City, Rikers Island. This prison is notorious for violence, corruption, and gang wars. Inmates are beaten by guards, slashed by rivals, and sometimes left to die in solitary cells. Suicide rates are among the highest in the United States. Former prisoners describe Rikers not as a correctional facility, but as a war zone. And the scariest part, most inmates here haven't even been convicted yet. They're awaiting trial. Number 1 ADX Florence, USA. Finally, the crown jewel of nightmares, a DX Florence in Colorado. Nicknamed the Alcatraz of the Rockies, this is the most secure prison in America. Inside are terrorists, drug lords, mafia bosses, the worst of the worst. Prisoners spend 23 hours a day in solitary confinement, locked inside concrete cells so soundproof that they can't even hear their own screams. There is no escape, no sunlight, no hope. One prisoner called it a clean version of hell. These prisons are proof that justice can sometimes become cruelty. They were built to hold criminals, but in the process they turned into something darker. Places where life has no meaning, where the walls are soaked in blood, and where every sunrise feels like another death sentence. Which of these prisons shocked you the most? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Globe Ranked for more terrifying truths about our world.